Hello, I'm David Cook. I'll be going over the EWIX Generation 3 system for the Army. My presentation will include visual aids, so there are some references to some slides that will have pictures on them that will help me with my presentation. I'll go ahead and start now. Hello, in October 2015, a surveillance report showed there had been 446 cold weather injuries among active and reserve component soldiers between July 2013 and July 2014, the highest in the previous 5 years. It is our duty as leaders to prevent injuries, and we can do this by knowing how to use our equipment properly. I want to inform you about the importance and proper wear of the Extended Cold Weather Clothing System Generation 3, or EWIX. We'll explore the theory of operation for the system during the upcoming mission, its major components, the proper operating procedures for the system, and discuss the active and static clothing combinations for the system in accordance with the operator's manual. As a medic, it is my duty to ensure we are preventing cold weather injuries across our formations. However, as leaders and observer coach trainers, we are all responsible for ensuring that the Army Reserve soldiers we train are preventing cold weather injuries within their units as well. We all have been issued the EWIX system and have seen several different combinations authorized and not authorized. But let's see what doctrine says. We'll do this by looking at the theory of operation for the system. The theory of operation for the EWIX during the upcoming mission in March includes the actual protective layer of the EWIX system, which is designed for cold, wet, and Arctic environments and provides protection starting at 40 degrees all the way down to negative 60 degrees. This is Fahrenheit. The average low for March at JB Metal is 31 degrees Fahrenheit, which barely falls in the protected range of the EWIX. However, keep in mind that this is just an average. The record low was set in 1984 at negative 2 degrees Fahrenheit. So we should always be prepared for much colder weather than average. While using the EWIX, we must keep in mind that while in cold, wet, or Arctic environments, the Army Combat Uniform, or ACU, or any other wool or cotton garments should not be worn. However, in accordance with DAPAM 16-1, the Guide to the Wear and Appearance of the Army Uniform Insignia, there are elements of the system that can be used with the ACUs. For example, the cold, wet weather jacket and trousers and the silk weight undergarments are authorized accessories for the ACU. And when authorized by the commander, the green fleece jacket can also be worn with the ACU. The cold weather parka and trousers, the garments, and the green fleece jacket are just a few of the components of the EWIX. Let's look at all the components. The three major components of the EWIX are the base layer, the insulation layer, and the outer layer. The base layer is worn against the skin, and you should wear it comfortably loose. The lightweight cold weather undershirt and drawers are constructed out of silk weight moisture wicking polyester, which aids in the movement of moisture from the skin to outer layers. Now, the mid-weight cold weather shirt may be worn over the lightweight cold weather undershirt and drawers as an insulating layer, or next to the skin as a base layer. The insulation layers are the intermediate layers which provide volume, which traps warm air between your body and the outer garments. The mid-weight cold weather shirt drawers are constructed out of a polyester ribbed fleece, which provides light insulation for use in mild climates or colder climates. The fleece cold weather jacket may be worn as an insulation layer in moderate to cold environments. The outer shell layer are the external layers which protect you from the elements in the environment and have the main function of keeping you dry. The fleece cold weather jacket can also be worn as an outer shell layer for mild cold days. The wind cold weather jacket is best for windy and cold days. It is a minimum outer shell layer that is lightweight and is wind and water resistant. The soft shell jacket has hook and loop fasteners for use with unit patches, U.S. Army insignia, name tag, and ranked. The soft shell trousers include detachable suspenders that are compatible with all the trousers. The extreme cold weather jacket and trousers are the waterproof layers used in prolonged hard rain or cold weather environments. Best used when temperatures are being between freezing and thawing. Main reason is because when that happens, you have slush and mud, and that protects you against that. The extreme cold weather parka and trousers is highly water and wind resistant and provides superior warmth. It is sized to fit over the body armor and has full side zips to accomplish that. So now that we know the major components, we'll talk about the acronym COLD and how it works with the EWICS. As we all know, the acronym COLD stands for Keep It Clean, Avoid Overheating, Wear It Loose and in layers, and Keep It Dry. Making sure the EWICS Generation 3 remains clean will allow it to keep you warm by trapping warm air against your body in the pores of the clothing itself. However, we do not want to overheat and start to sweat while in cold Arctic environments. We want the environment to cool us down naturally. We do this by dressing in layers, several thin layers, that will work better than one thick layer alone. For example, we would wear both lightweight and midweight base layers with a fleece jacket insulation layer and soft shell jacket and trousers outer shell layer, allowing us to downgrade as we move. You want to keep the base and insulation layers dry. Once your clothes are wet, the water or sweat starts to evaporate, drawing warmth away from your body 25 times faster than when dry. As the upcoming mission comes closer, we will have a better idea of what components we'll be using, but there are some major combinations that are better than others depending on the weather and the environment. There are several different recommended and optional clothing combinations with the EWICS that allow soldiers and us to train and work in different types of environments. Clothing combination for when soldiers are going to be active, i.e. walking patrol, foot marches, etc., are displayed on the slide. Figure 1, 2, and 3 likely will be combinations we'll use and see while at JB Metal. As you can see, the combination includes a base layer and or insulation layer and an outer layer. Clothing combinations for when soldiers are in a static position, i.e. pulling guard shifts, cordons, etc., are displayed here. Once again, figures 1, 2, and 3 will likely be the combination we use and see while at JB Metal. As you can see, combinations include the base layer and or insulation layer and an outer shell layer. Today we learned about the importance and proper wear of the EWICS Generation 3. We looked at the theory of operation for the system for our upcoming mission, its major components, the proper operating procedures for the system, and discussed the active and static clothing combinations for the system. As we move closer to the mission date, I encourage you all to look at the operator's manual for the EWICS and ensure your issued system is complete and serviceable. This will be included in the packing list for that mission. Are there any questions? No. Now I'll move into my question and action portion for the instructor. I think that I need to work on going from my actual complete sentence outline to my presentation outline. I'm obviously using too much of the wording there. I did start my presentation outline, which will just have some keywords that will trigger things for me, so I will work on that. Do you think that I was moving too fast? Did I seem nervous? Some other things that I'm concerned about is that I feel like I'm going to get a lot of questions during this point. I would like to start the presentation by saying, please hold all questions to the end, so that way I don't get interrupted and get off topic. Is that an issue doing that? Other thing is, with my presentation slides, I'm still working on them, so I know some slides that will definitely be in there for my speech, because I have to show illustrations, but I just want to make sure that I'm not using them too much. So there will be words on the slide so everyone can read, but I'm not actually covering those topics when I'm talking. So hopefully that will work out. If you have any other input, thank you. I would definitely appreciate it.